Get this, a multi-billion-dollar deal, put together in just 10 days, is about to completely change the apps you use every single day. Mark Zuckerberg just made a massive bet that the future of AI isn't about talking, it's about doing. So let's break down what that really means.
You know the feeling, right? We've all been there. You've got one simple thing you need to do. But as we all know, it's rarely that simple.
Exactly. And then, boom. Suddenly you're drowning in a sea of tabs. You got one for the flights, one for the hotels, your email's open, a spreadsheet. It's that familiar kind of digital chaos. And that small, everyday frustration is precisely the problem that a company you've probably never even heard of just solved, forcing Meta to write a very, very big check.
Okay, so to really get why this is such a big deal, we gotta look at where AI is at right now. We've all been blown away by chatbots. I mean, they can be incredibly creative and super helpful, but they have one massive limitation. They are, for lack of a better word, kinda lazy.
Think about it. A chatbot won't actually open your calendar for you. It won't click that confirm purchase button. It's not going to actually file your expenses. It gives you the instructions, sure, but you still have to do all the clicking and the typing. It talks a good game, but it doesn't do anything. And that difference right there, it's everything.
All right, so this is where a company called Manus enters the picture. While pretty much everyone else was obsessed with making AI sound more human, the engineers at Manus were busy teaching AI how to use a computer like a human. They weren't building a poet. They were building like this unstoppable digital intern.
This slide right here is the whole game. An AI agent, or Agentic AI as they call it, doesn't just talk to you. You give it a goal and it goes out and navigates the web, clicks the links, fills out the forms. It does the whole shebang for you.
I love this analogy because it just nails it. We are moving from an AI that gives you instructions to one that handles the entire execution. And it turns out the market has been absolutely screaming for this. Okay, get ready for this number. $100 million in just 8 months. No, that is not a typo. This is the kind of insane growth that makes a company like Meta just stop everything it's doing. This number is the ultimate proof that people and businesses are desperate to pay for an AI that actually gets stuff done.
And that kind of money, well, it explains the insane speed and scale of this deal. We're talking over $2 billion, a deal that came together in just 10 days. And just look at the engine behind it all. Manus was processing over 147 trillion data tokens, using over 80 million virtual computers. I mean, they were operating at a scale that was crushing even Meta's own internal projects.
So the big question is, where does this fit into Meta's master plan, right? Why was Meta so desperate to get their hands on Manus? Well, it's because Mark Zuckerberg doesn't just want you to talk on his apps, he wants you to live inside them. This is all about turning WhatsApp into the remote control for your entire life, a way to keep up with rivals like Apple and Google.
Just picture it. You send one simple message in WhatsApp. Plan a weekend trip to Paris for under $2,000. The agent just goes to work in the background doing all the hard stuff. A little while later, your flights, your hotel, maybe even your dinner reservations are all confirmed. No more tab nightmare, no switching between a dozen apps. Just one command, and bam, it's done.
And that's the shift right there. This is what turns a passive app like WhatsApp or Instagram into an active action hub. This isn't just a little upgrade, it's a complete reimagining of what these apps are even for. But here's the thing. The tech is only half the story. How this deal even came together is honestly just as wild.
Yeah, this wasn't your typical Silicon Valley shopping spree. It was this crazy geopolitical chess move that had to navigate the, let's say, tense relationship between the world's two biggest superpowers.
So Manus was originally built by these brilliant engineers over in Beijing. But in today's world, there was just no way a deal between a top Chinese AI company and a US giant like Meta was ever going to happen. Washington wouldn't approve it, Beijing wouldn't allow it. So the founders did something incredibly gutsy. They packed everything up, moved the entire headquarters to Singapore, and basically rebuilt the company to play ball with the West.
And look, this wasn't just about getting a new office. It was a brilliant strategic play. By moving to a neutral country, they totally sidestepped the political gridlock between the US and China. They avoided all the crazy scrutiny that would have killed the deal for sure. The second they landed in neutral territory, Meta was pretty much waiting with a check in hand.
Okay, so we've got brilliant tech, a genius business move, but what does all this actually mean for you and me, for the people who are actually going to be using it? What does this new agentic future really look like?
Well, it seems like we're standing at a fork in the road with two very different futures. The dream scenario? Our whole relationship with technology changes. We stop being users who click buttons, and we become managers who just delegate complex jobs to a super competent assistant. Seamless, powerful, efficient. But if they get it wrong, we just get Clippy 2.0. You know, that annoying, intrusive pop-up that we can't wait to turn off.
At the end of the day, it all comes down to this one core idea. This is the belief behind Meta's $2 billion gamble. Zuckerberg isn't chasing another chatbot. He's betting that in this next chapter of AI, the winners aren't going to be the ones who sound the smartest, but the ones who just, quietly and efficiently get the job done.
So Meta has the keys to the kingdom now. They've got the tech, they've got the platforms with billions of users. The biggest challenge is still ahead of them, though. Weaving this powerful engine into our daily lives without completely breaking the experience. The technology isn't the question anymore. Now it all comes down to one thing: execution. Can they actually pull it off?